Marincess are a series of water cypress monsters based on various ocean objects or creatures, as well as royalty, specifically being princesses, hence the name Marincess. Their main game plan is to link climb into one of their three main boss monsters, Aqua Argonaut, Great Bubble Reef, and Wonderheart. An anime archetype played by Blue Maiden, the deck has seen a good amount of playability, topping as recently as 2023. However, in recent years, the deck has fallen into obscurity, and we're going to be looking at why. Looking at a current Marincess decklist, there are a ton of really good cards in the form of Extender Starters, and Aqua Argonaut provides a decent enough boss monster for a payoff, allowing the deck to create a towers if you're playing the field spell and Crystal Heart, with a 4,300 attack and the potential for multiple in-archetype imperms, which turn the rest of your field also into towers if you control a link 2 or higher Marincess monster, which Aqua Argonaut is. The smaller links allow you to effortlessly climb into your boss monster of choice, with the Coral Anemone being one of the best reborn cards, and with Coral Triangle being able to search wave, and being unbelievable for the crackback if your field does in fact get wiped. In addition, the deck can flex tools such as Stealth Kraken, Chenging, and Gamir Adrian by using Ran Adrian due to the fact that the deck is all waters in the main deck. It also gets to play Dominus Impulse, so both goals in match and rivalry of warlords, and has a good amount of space for non-engine. So why isn't it any good? Well, the main problem is just how vulnerable the mainline combo is. The deck needs quite a bit of actions to get going, every one of which easily being interruptible. Your main normal summon is either going to be Marincess Blue Tang or Marincess Pasculus, and if either gets negated, there's a good chance your turn just ends there. For Blue Tang, you're also going to need at least one Seahorse or Sleepy Joe. I forget what the Sleepy Maiden, to keep going after your Seahorse gets interrupted, and with Pasculus, your turn is almost always going to be over regardless of your summon. In addition, ashing the MBT dump, ghost belling the Anemone revive, or nibbing the entire combo means your turn is ending on absolutely nothing. The combo lines are weak to interruption, and with how many steps it takes to get to the end board, it feels a lot less impressive when you look at this in comparison. The deck also locks you into waters very fast and very often, meaning that generic link monsters are unavailable, and other just generic options for the main deck are also unavailable. So generic Cybers extenders cannot be used. Creating a big tower seems cool, but it takes a lot of space in the extra deck. Mainly with something like Crystal Heart, it's not a very useful card, and just paints a big target on the field spell, meaning because if your field spell gets removed, your tower's effect is gone, and you're left with almost nothing to show for it. The deck also takes way too many actions to set up, so it's also very hard to pilot, and at best, you're setting up one spell and trap negate and 3 monster negates with the towers, and this is best case scenario. It also locks you out of the best summon options. While Apollos is banned, other generic link monsters aren't able to be summoned as well. But it is sad because I do love these cards, and they're probably my most played deck in Master Duel. They have such a cool concept and gameplay design, and they are very fun to play. So for this, I would give them an 8 out of 10, just based on concept and fun. But viability, I would say, is a 5 out of 10. They can put up quite a strong end board if left uninterrupted, but any modern Yu-Gi-Oh deck, given any amount of time, can be used to create any single field that the deck so desires. So it's not very impressive for a modern Yu-Gi-Oh deck to be able to make infinite negates and interruptions if given free reign. But just looking at the deck itself, here are some cards you can use to fix it. So I've created four monsters here, and I didn't bother making art, but I did make effects for all the four cards. I feel like the Marincess main deck or extra deck cards are perfectly fine as is. They just need a little more oomph for the main deck to get there. So the first one, basically I had 2 options: either try and ignore the waterlock on all of the cards and push towards more generic splashability, or go all in on waterlock and make the cards fucking crazy. And that's what we've decided to do today. So the first card we will be looking at is the new main deck card that I've created. I didn't bother creating art, like I said, is Marincess Bubble Angel. This will be sort of similar to Circular for the deck. So this one reads, if you control no monsters, if all face-up monsters you control are water monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can special summon one Marincess monster from your hand or deck. Then if your opponent controls a monster, shuffle one monster your opponent controls into the deck. Then special summon a Link 1 Marincess Link monster from your extra deck. This is treated as a Link summon. During your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard. This turn, Marincess monsters you control are unaffected by monster effects activated by your opponent. You can only use each effect of Marincess Bubble Angel once per turn. Also, you cannot special summon monsters at a turn you activate any of this card's effects except for water monsters. So this card basically is a starter, it's an extender, it's removal because going second with the deck is almost impossible. It protects you from your opponent's effects because interrupting the deck basically means they're passing on nothing. This card is obviously broken. Obviously making unaffected by card effects is boring, but the deck really needs something like this just to get it going, and at least it's not a boss monster with a quick effect negate. 0 attack, 0 defense, just doesn't really matter. Locks you into waters. I thought about making it lock you into Marincess, but I feel like you're already just going to be summoning Marin. Like, what are you making with this instead? It also link summons Sea Angel and Blue Slug for you for free, basically, if you're going second. So it's very versatile. Basically, I'm pissed off that the one piece of Marincess support we've gotten is Aqua Actress or something like that. It just fucking blows, man. It just sucks. So that's the first card we're looking at. The second card we're going to be looking at is Marincess Torpedo Tactics. If you control a Marincess Link monster in your extra monster zone, send any number of Marincess Link monsters from your face-up field to the graveyard, then return the same amount of cards from either field to the hand. If you control a Link 3 or higher Marincess Link monster, you can activate this card from your hand. Also, your opponent cannot respond to this card's activation. During your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard, add one Marincess card from your deck to your hand. You can only use each effect of Marincess Torpedo Tactics once per turn. So basically, this is just the one that inspired me was the Blue Eyes, the one that reveals cards, something like that. I forget what it's called, but the Blue Eyes one that reveals Blue Eyes from your deck, graveyard, banishment, and pops cards, but using Aqua Argonaut's effect, instead of popping, it's going to send back to the hand. So it's just very good removal, and if it does get milled off something, I don't remember if Blue Tang can send only monsters. I'm pretty sure it's only monsters, but a lot of Marincess cards, if you something like a Foolish Burial Goods, something like that, would be nuts with this card. It just send it and it gives you your combo starters. Next is a quick play spell. If you control a Marincess Link monster in the extra monster zone, send any number of Marincess Link monsters in your spell and trap zone to the graveyard, then draw cards equal to the number of cards sent to the graveyard. If a Marincess card you control will be destroyed by card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. You can only use each effect of Marincess from Riptide once per turn. Also, you cannot special summon monsters except for water monsters during the turn you activate this card's effects. So basically, it's just if you link some into like Marbled Rock and equip 3, you can draw 3. It's broken, it's silly, it's probably a little too good, but Marincess needs something like this to be even like considered for the meta. And the final card I have made is probably the most ridiculous one so far. So this is Marincess Constant Current. When this card is activated, send one Marincess monster from your deck to the graveyard. Add one as a cost, right? Add one Marincess monster with a different name from your deck to your hand. You cannot summon monsters during the turn you activate this effect except for water monsters. You can only activate one Marincess Constant Current per turn. During your main phase, you can activate one of the following effects. Target one Marincess monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Also, for the rest of the turn, you cannot special summon monsters except for water monsters. Target three Marincess cards in your graveyard, face-up field, or banishment. Shuffle them into the deck, then draw 2 cards. It helps with the grind. It helps with extending. It also is a combo starter, basically just circular as a continuous spell. So with this, Marincess has more interruptions in a layered form, more starters, more extenders, more grindability. It's less normal summon reliant, and it has more layered interaction. So, let me know what you think of my changes to the deck and my analysis and what archetype you would want me to look at next. Thank you.